Hello everyone, this is Foxhound coming back again with another video. I wanted to throw this very quick tips, let's put it this way. It's not a formal tutorial because I think I just wanted to release this without like very heavy, let's put it this way, like saying proper tutorial because you really need to do it properly, but I just wanted to launch this to see how it goes. This tutorial is going to be called a little bit more like rules of engagement. So yes, so it's going to be the rules of engagement. Why do I call it rules of engagement? Because you want to increase the chances of winning matches, and in order to win matches you need to make sure that you select the proper targets, let's put it this way. So I have a couple of 5 rules of engagement, let's put it this way. Rule number 1: when you start a match, your first target, you should try your first target to be a frigate or a destroyer. Why is that? There are 2 reasons because of that. These 2 types of ships, they tend to be by themselves. Here we have the Harrier. I'm going to give you an example. So frigates and destroyers, most of players, not everyone, but because they have speed, they will tend to rush front. And because they tend to rush front, if you have a player that is not so good, let's put it this way, okay, or average, they will be in the open. The air defenses are low, and that increases you the chances to penetrate their air defenses with a strike fighter such as Harrier. Yeah, so for example, my favorite targets when we are looking about the destroyers, frigates can be any, but for instance, if you see a KP Cho Young, if you see Dang Su, let me see their defenses on this one. Yes, if you see a couple of projects, if you see Basisti, if you see, of course, the most important one of them all, Zumwalt. Everyone loves Zumwalt. Everyone glazes Zumwalt. You are going to find that Zumwalt, and that is going to be almost like come and hit me type of thing, because if they are an average player and they don't make the right decisions and they're in the open, then they are exposing themselves to your attacks. So try to take frigates and destroyers if possible. Yeah, if possible, again, not mandatory. SPSS Smart 4000 is an exception because it's a ship that has good air defenses, and there are a couple of others, but as soon as you start your attack, you are able to see if the air defenses are good or not good, and then you can decide if you continue attacking or not. Do not, when you start the match, try, it's not a set rule. Yeah, this can be all broken, but try not to attack ships that are in groups, or try not to attack battleships at the beginning of the match because they have high air defenses. I'm not saying it's not like a heavy no, but try not. There is an exception to this rule, which is number 2. Try to attack ships that are being targeted by your allies. Meaning, for example, if you have an ally attacking your ship, another enemy, the air defenses of the enemy are going to be focused on the missiles of your allies. And because the air defenses are busy with that, that means that your missiles are most likely going to penetrate easier. Okay? So here, for instance, I have seen that on their game, I have switched my tags, right? So I'm able to see all markers, including my allies, because that way I'm able to see which ship is being targeted by my allies. Another good indicator is when you see the health of the enemy going down, going lower. That is a good indicator that is telling you, oh, that ship is being hit by someone. So I'm going to use that as an indicator to attack that ship. Okay. So that's my second rule of engagement. Third rule of engagement. A couple of players, of course, when you enter a match, you may have a submarine that uses anti-ballistic missiles. Rule number 3 is that if the match is starting and you are going to see that your ally, the submarine, is going to target a couple of ships. Try to target the ships that are being targeted by the anti-ballistic missiles. What is that? Because again, same reasoning. Those ships are using air defenses in order to take out those anti-ballistic missiles. So that way you are going to exploit that to make sure that the missiles of your strike fighters or drones, again, bombers are a different topic, but for now I'm going to use this one. Your enemies with your missiles are going to penetrate easier. Okay. Final rule that I have regarding how to choose targets. Try not to engage at the beginning of the match heroes and legendary players. Why is that, Foxhound? Are you afraid of hero or legendary players? No, I'm not. But there are two reasons. The first reason is that usually you want to take out enemy ships that make mistakes. The usual mistake is that they leave themselves open, meaning they are wide open and they are not taking cover. So that is your main target. Remember, you want to take out ships as quickly as possible, so that way your allies have an advantage. Legendary and hero players know what they are doing. They are going to take cover and they don't go out of cover, and that's why they almost feel unkillable, because they are not sloppy. They wait, they take their time, they don't rush. So you are going to waste a lot of resources trying to take out an hero or legendary player at the beginning. So try to take out others. You can focus on that after they are engaging with your team, when they are fighting your team. That way the air defenses again are being used, and then you can attack them. And also the second reason is that legendary and hero players have access to this beautiful thing over here which no one has. Let's go to the air defenses. They have access to this lovely thing over here, the ANSE Q3. This is a busted air defense. It's very busted, it's very strong, it's very hard to penetrate. So unless you have allies attacking that hero or legendary player, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it is a very strong air defense, so you have to recognize that. Okay, so try to keep hero or legendary players for later on, unless you see a golden opportunity that they rush someone and they leave the sanctuary open. Okay, so I think right now I'm going to do just one match, just to tell you my thought process, and then we take it from there. Okay, we're taking on this match. Again, remember, this is not a heavy tutorial. These are just very quick tips and tricks, I think. But I'm going to dedicate a couple more things to go in depth into how to be a good carrier and assault carrier, because there's so much things to cover. But for now, I just wanted to throw this to make it very quickly. So take this time when you have your fighter to go up in the air. Take the moment to open the map and see what do you have. What's the first thing that you saw when I opened that map? The first thing you saw was a Zumwalt. 41 player with a Zumwalt. Also try to take out the bombers that you have from your allies. So most likely you want to target that Zumwalt. Okay, I understand that in the heat of battle it is difficult to find players, because at the same time you want to try to target ships that are rushing, yeah, as well, because they will be attacked by your allies. But I will keep an eye on that Zumwalt. If after I deal with this ship over here, I see that Zumwalt going, he will be my main target. Okay, so Zumwalt is over here. Yeah, he is going to be my main priority from now on, unless my allies target other ships. Okay. Okay, so we are going to leave this into the air. Yeah. up to the sky, see what's going on. Okay, we see a couple of allies fighting over here, but the Zumwalt is over here. So I am going to take out this Zumwalt because his air defenses are low and I can deal with that later. Yeah, so he is out. Who is going to be the next target? We have a battleship and we have the strike, the carrier over here. Ideally, well, as you can see, there are only two left, right? The only thing that you can do right now is try to target the battleship, because that's the only one left. Yes, you have the carrier, but he's going to be hiding, and the battleship is pretty much going to be taking down your allies. So you have to make sure that this battleship goes down. If you take out this battleship, your allies take out this battleship, the only thing remaining will be the carrier, the enemy carrier, and it's going to be the submarine. And pretty much what happens over here is that you have all the equipment necessary to deal with those. So the only threat is the battleship. The battleship now has died. Yeah. So with that, we have pretty much won the game already. Yeah, we have won the game. The only condition, let's put it this way, on how we can say that is that the submarine is a trash. I found that that's the only submarine that can actually destroy you. Now that submarine is coming close. All my equipment is dedicated against submarines. All of it. So because that is the case, this submarine represents no threat. You just have to make sure to have space, because the submarine is going to try to be underneath you. But if you manage to go at full speed, that means that the submarine is going to down very easily. It's a free kill, pretty much. That is gone. The last thing now is just take out of the carrier. And of course my team took it out. So that is the match, right? As you can see, I got first place and all these things, and I did good damage. But when you see a match, right? Even in the shorts that I released recently of my strike fighters, I even noticed it over there. Most of the kills over there are either destroyers, are mainly destroyers. If I was taking out a battleship, it was because it was the last one to take out. So that is pretty much the main thing that you need to take into account, okay? The order of things: try to take out ships that are rushing, okay? Try to take out destroyers or frigates. Avoid hero or legendary players because they take cover and they don't rush and they have an uber air defense. And then after that, if you have killed all the ships with the exception of a submarine or a carrier, you technically should win already, because you have allies that are alive and you can deal with the submarine 100%. You have all the equipment to deal with the submarine. And most submarines are making the mistake of coming to you and saying, oh, this is over. No, you have a good autocannon to deal with torpedoes, and you have a good helicopter that can take out submarines. You don't need to worry about a submarine. You just have to deal with the carrier. But most of the time, carrier dies because he's the only one there anyways. So I hope that this quick tutorial was useful. Please leave your comments down there. I'm going to, again, as I mentioned, this is not a formal tutorial, but I just wanted to have this quick release, let's put it this way, because I thought that I heard a lot of comments down there saying, please, can you give a comment on this or that, and then I decided that since we are dealing with the current, it's called, we are dealing with a current period where carriers, for example, have a bonus. There are some players that want to make the most of it. Yes, I decided to release this video. But in the future, I have a lot of ideas that you have given me. For example, how to deal with one against ones on carriers. Maybe potentially discuss about strike fighters. Every strike fighter is its own world. So I'm going to be releasing these things, and of course, of that, the key things that you need to know about how to deal with a carrier, how to play carrier and assault carrier. So I guess this is it for me for now. You can also leave in the comments what you think about this video, what will be the next thing you would like to see from me. But for the time being, I'm going to log out. I hope that you are having a good start of the week. I'm hoping that your ranking is going up. I left in the comments I was going to pull a poll saying, guys, will you allow me to push to Diamond 3 only with carriers and assault carriers? Or maybe I can use other ships when we reach this season over here. Most likely it's going to be carriers and assault carriers, but you never know. Anyways, I am signing off. This is Foxhound. Have a good day, everyone.